afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. Welcome to a brand new week. And don't you feel that after you've had a really good weekend, when Monday comes, you don't feel very worky?
I had a really good weekend. I had such a good weekend. I bet on a couple of horses at the Met, and I never went back to check if I'd won because of the champagne.
Giddy up, lady. Somebody else who had a really good weekend was obviously Danilo because it was his birthday.
Yeah.
So please do... Yeah, exactly. Please do send that little monkey a message and wish him because he definitely enjoys that attention. Now, January has come and gone and 2018 is in full swing. And for those of you who are struggling to stick to those New Year's resolutions, today's show is just for you.
And today we're joined by personal and group fitness trainer Mapule Ndlhovu, better known as Queenfitnass.
Fitness.
She's going to be sharing her personal journey with us and hopefully inspire us to keep those fitness regimes going.
Exactly. On the topic of health, I can still squat in heels. I still got it, girl. Anyway, on the topic of health, I'm sure by now most of you know about the listeria outbreak in South Africa. At this point, more than 60 people have been infected and has passed away as a result of listeriosis. And today we're going to be chatting to a medical expert to get a better understanding of what listeriosis is.
Absolutely, and I think that we all need that information and also just to have to prevent it and how to recognize it. And this past weekend was also one of the highlights on South Africa's social calendar. The Met took place in Cape Town, and we'll be looking at all the highlights from the event. Even the fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt, was there.
Oh, I love that.
As if that was not enough for you, South Africa. Obviously, a good exercise regime, those New Year's resolutions, is not only about exercise, it's also about eating well. And I know I've got so many tweets from everybody saying that they really missed Afternoon Express because of the cricket. So we thought we'd bring bowling back into the show today with a Mexican bowl.
I like it, exactly. So we're going to make a burrito bowl packed full of a lot of vegetables, everything that's really good for you. And then, because it was your birthday, I'm going to give you a little tiny cake.
Oh, cute. Why a little tiny? Shouldn't you be making me like a massive, big,
But
huge cake?
We're going healthy. Yeah, so you're getting a little mini tiny little birthday cake.
Fine.
And I might sing for you.
It.
No, I won't. No,
I'll take it. Hey, that's a little command over there. If you guys want to interact with us on the show, we'd love to hear from you. The whole point of being Afternoon Express is that you're on the train with us. You can call us on 021-430-9881, or you guys can find us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're engaging with you across them all. We're all on our phones during the ad breaks. Don't forget that. Now let's get on to our first guest for the show today, Mapule Ndlhovu. She's one of South Africa's most sought-after personal trainers, and if you just follow her on Instagram, you'll know why. Queenfitnass, as she is known by her followers, became the first winner of Next Fit Star in 2016, which just completely catapulted her into the limelight. And she says her journey in the world of fitness started by accident.
Meant to start work at 4 a.m. Most of the time I'd call people. People don't want to wake up at that time. Doesn't matter how much you pay them. I decided, okay, I can run. Why not? Running to me was an emotional release. When I was running in the morning, I wasn't thinking of getting mugged, or a lot of things were running into my mind, like, how can I move from this stage to the next level? Everybody around you was just thinking, oh, you can't be running to Alex at that time. And the goal is bigger than the obstacle that's now.
I have exactly that same outfit and it doesn't look like that on me. You are insane. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I'm really grateful to be here.
Absolutely.
How did your fitness journey begin?
Oh my God. Actually, I wasn't doing anything. I was just chilling at home, helping out in the daycare center, my grandmother's daycare center. And after work, I would just go for an aerobics class. That's how I started, because I didn't want to just chill and do nothing. I wasn't working, I wasn't studying, and it was really frustrating me. So I needed something that would get my mind off a lot of things that were happening at that point in time. And 2012, there was the Institute of Fitness Professional came in to one of the local gyms, Bungazi in Alex, and I was part of the whole group exercising, doing
Was this for the
thing.
Netflix show, when they were looking for the Netflix?
Not even. That's when actually started studying fitness.
Okay.
They saw me, they liked me, they asked the owner, am I studying, am I doing anything, am I interested in studying fitness? That was in my birthday, actually, the 10th of March, 2012. I was like, okay, I'm not studying, I'm not doing anything. This is the best gift.
Well, what's very interesting is it's actually not true that you weren't doing anything. And there's a saying that basically fortune finds people who are already on the move. So the fact that you were actually finding something to do with yourself and they found you at the gym means that you attracted this opportunity.
Yeah.
What is so incredible for me is hearing that you had to be at gym at 4 a.m. when you started working as a trainer, but because you didn't have a car, you decided to run to work.
From Alex to Alice Lane, that is not close.
It was.
That is so far.
That is
How long would it
incredible.
take you?
Well, I'll give myself an hour to get to work and then shower before I actually start working.
Wow.
So it's not even about the distance and the running, it's just about the time. A lot of people will be like, okay, we can all run that distance, but the fact that you would wake up at 3 a.m. and decide, okay, I don't have a car, I'm trying to call this person, it's not answering their phones, but I need to be at work because I understand that my work is a blessing. I mean, there's somebody that could be having that job, you know?
Yeah.
And I would run and not think about anything at that point. There's no time to be thinking negative, thinking people are going to mark you and all of that. You need to get to work and do what you're supposed to do.
Darling, nobody's going to mug you, nobody can catch you.
Exactly. Catch you if you can.
I'm Superwoman.
What is actually the reality of staying as fit as you are? Apart from this being just your job, right? I mean, you literally have to be dedicated to keeping fit. Are there days where you just wake up, you're like, I don't want to see an exercise bike. I do not want to run. I do not want to train. Does that ever happen to you?
It happens to me. Actually, 2 days back, I went to the gym, I walked out, I went to my car, and I had a mini conversation with myself. I'm like, Mabs, you actually need this. For the fact that you're feeling like this, you need to exercise because you know that's a recharge for you. Get your mind working, get your body working, and you're going to have a positive outlook of life. I get those days all the time, but I just talk to myself.
Push through it.
I push through it.
Wow.
You don't do it because you feel like it. You do it because you have to do it.
Exactly. And often I feel like those days that you don't feel fit and strong, that's when you need to exercise. But then the serotonin pushes through your body and then you feel good. But now I love training, but I feel like I don't need a personal trainer in my life as much as I need somebody following me, smacking all the bad foods out of my hands.
Oh, yeah?
How do you maintain that balance and how important is that balance between working out and eating well? Is it really that 70-30?
You know what?
Or can I eat whatever I want if I just train?
You find what works for you. The thing is, people are different. 40, 30 can work for somebody else. It might not work for me. I need to learn my body and understand how it works personally. Also, it's an equivalent of your exercising. If you exercise much, you can get away with eating a little bit of. But if you're not putting much effort, I mean, it's the energy that you're putting in your body that you need to actually use. If you're not using that energy, it's going to store itself in your body because, you're not training much.
Exactly.
You're not using much of that energy, you know. But it is important. It's a balance. Some people can work with 50-50, but if you can't push as much, the balance.
Okay.
So if that were me, I'd be on there like freaking out that I'm going to fall off.
I would have fallen off
You're
already.
just
That's
like,
when
you're just
you
going.
need a personal trainer. That's when you need me there.
Yeah,
to tell you exactly what you need to do.
What?
Ooh.
Okay.
That's me trying to be a superwoman there.
Wow. So you know what I find? Social media is playing two roles in this whole fitness journey. There are some posts that are very inspiring where people are exercising like this, and if I watch you on Instagram and I don't feel like going to gym, I suddenly am inspired and I pop out of bed. But then there's also another thing happening on social media where there's a kind of a body type that people think that they need to be, and people do anything to have that body, but they're not understanding that there's a health journey behind it.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
That's the biggest mistake is trying to compare yourself with the next person. We all know we are different. You need to work with you, the better version of you, and think about your health. We look at other people on social media. You don't know what that person is doing when you're sleeping. Yeah. You don't know exactly their routine. Yeah. Some people have to go through trouble of like taking tablets. Some people have to go through trouble of liposuctions and all of that. but the problem is it's not sustainable. You can't maintain that for the rest of your life. If you're trying to take on a fitness lifestyle, a healthy fitness lifestyle, you need to do things that are going to be consistent and you will be able to maintain for a longest of time. You know, it's all about, you want to look young for a very long time. You want to be able to move and play with your kids when you're, oh, well,
is that your baby?
No, the baby's in my daycare center at home, my grandmother's daycare.
That's actually so cute, but that's a good exercise for new mothers.
Yeah.
Now tell me, how do you find out and how do you choose what fitness regime is going to work for you? Because maybe what works for me isn't what's going to work for Bonnie. Like Bonnie can run forever. I can't run at all. How do you know
like
what is
squats
going to be?
don't work for me.
Oh, I need to
because
squat
I hate them.
like it's hot.
That's
I
one
need
thing.
to drop it like a squat.
I love squats, obsession.
Really?
Can't live without them.
Do squats not build too much? Or will
It
they
depends
lean
on
out?
how you do the squats, a number of reps, how much weight you do, how often you do the squats, and with that, the question that you asked earlier, it's you need to try different things, then you can find what works for you.
Exactly.
You know, if you can't say I don't like something if you haven't tried, I always tell my clients, you can't say you don't like it, you haven't tried it.
Yeah.
And I will tell them I love this exercise, I'm obsessed, it's amazing. They try it, they actually do it because it's also psychological.
Absolutely.
It's like,
Okay, but we've got you here today and I'm going to make full use of you as my personal trainer. So are you going to teach me how to do squats for lean, hard, hot legs?
Definitely.
Okay, we're going to do some exercise a little bit later. But be sure to stay with us at home and you can watch and learn all of my latest.
Absolutely. Mapule will be back with us later in the show to share a quick yet intense workout program that you can do in the comfort of your own home. After the break, we're joined by medical professional Dr. Mapule Ndlhovu to unpack the listeriosis outbreak in South Africa. We'll be right back.
My son's name is JD. He's now 4 years old. My child is diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma sarcoma. It's a cancer in his left leg. Choke help us too much in this journey with accommodation, transport, to make our journey a lot easier.
CHOC is one of South Africa's leading organizations who aid families stricken with pediatric cancer. Afternoon Express, together with my school, are committed to helping CHOC raise funds for a newly refurbished outpatient home. You can get involved by signing up for your free virtual My School, My Village, My Planet card today. Download the My School app, select CHOC as one of your beneficiaries, and you'll automatically be entered into a weekly loot.co.za competition. Together we can make every swipe count.
Well, welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC3 and taking all of your phone calls, 021 4309 881. We're on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. There is a question for you to answer over there, so head over right now and get interacting with us on the show. Now, if you guys have been watching the news of late, the headlines have been dominated by the listeriosis outbreak in South Africa, especially over the last few weeks. And now, as of this weekend, more than 60 people have lost their lives to the disease, and the number is said to just only increase for a bit. Now, to get a better understanding of what the disease is, how it works, and how we can avoid falling victim, we're joined now by General Practitioner Dr. Thandi Ngcube. Welcome to the Loft.
Thank you.
So when I first saw this in the news, I was wondering whether there was a new disease, a new bug, a new virus that had somehow made its way into our system. Is that the case?
No, that is not the case. Listeriosis has always been there, but it's mostly been affecting the newborns and the elderly. So it's not commonly known, so that's why people started only hearing about it in December, but it's always been there.
Recently. So you said the elderly and the newborns. Is that because they have compromised immune systems?
Yes, their immune system are compromised.
Now that kind of broke through those boundaries now. More people being infected, a lot of people lost their lives as well. And because, I guess, lack of information, not too sure of what it was. So what exactly is then listeriosis? And how did it make its way through the elderly and the children to now everybody?
Okay. Basically, listeriosis is a condition that's caused by listeria. Listeria is an organism that is found mostly in soil, water, and contaminated food, which is like decayed food or animal products that might contain listeria. And it is a serious disease, but it's preventable and it's also treatable.
Okay, cool. So before we get into how to identify whether I perhaps have got listeriosis or somebody that I know needs treatment or not, you mentioned that it comes through food products. Was there some kind of contamination or something that happened that we're now being exposed to this more than we would have before?
Okay. Yes, there was some kind of contamination with one of the animal products that were sold to the public, hence the increase of the numbers of people that had listeria.
I saw Aaron Motsoaledi hasn't necessarily announced yet who that was or what that was yet, but are we starting to learn more information? Are they starting to eradicate that bacteria from that particular livestock?
I think, I'm not sure about eradication, but more people are more aware of it, so they are actually doing something about it.
Okay.
So the way that people prepare their meats, they're cooking their meat properly instead of just maybe having raw meat or underdone or medium to...
Oh, so I can't go to my steakhouse and have a medium rare piece of steak any longer. It's all overdone.
Well, you can, but you'll have the risk of maybe getting listeria.
Cool. So let's say we are taking this very seriously individually. How can I express these symptoms? What would I be looking out for in myself? Because if I've read the reports correctly, it seems just like a general tummy bug or flu-like symptoms.
Okay, basically the symptoms that you need to look out for are non-specific. They can be caused by other diseases, but it's things like fever, neck stiffness, confusion, and flu-like symptoms. Some people, if it's mild, you can have flu-like symptoms, and you can also have vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramps.
Sure. But those are, like you said, are quite generic sort of symptoms that you can express in multiple different diseases. So what do we do if we are starting to express flu-like symptoms, stiff necks, perhaps a bit of confusion, which feels like me every day, but a little bit of confusion and those other symptoms? Do I go straight to a doctor? Can I self-medicate?
Okay, so with listeriosis, it's most of the times it's symptomatic treatment. So it depends on how severe your symptoms are. So if it's your normal diarrhea, vomiting that you think you can take care of at home, you can self-medicate at home, you can drink lots of fluids, and also there's some home remedies that you can use called breads. You can use bananas, you can use rice, you can use applesauce, you can use toast. Basically, it's those foods that don't irritate the stomach lining.
Okay.
So those you can eat anything that's bland.
Okay, to get the nutrients back into your system as well.
And fluids and some bed rest as well. But if the symptoms are severe or you feel you fall under the high-risk group, so the high-risk group being the newborns, pregnant women, people that have immunocompromised systems, so conditions such as HIV, cancer patients, diabetics, chronic liver disease and also kidney disease can predispose you to more severe listeriosis. Then those people need antibiotics and they might need fluids via a drip. So those people will be hospitalized hospitalized.
All right. Clearly, that needs to be given to the public a lot more sternly, because we wouldn't have had 67 deaths if people knew that they would experience these symptoms. They should probably go to a doctor and obviously get that checked out. So who were these 67 who died from this disease? And should I be worried if I express these symptoms? And yeah, should I self-medicate or go immediately to the doctor?
Okay, so it depends on the severity, as I've said. So if it's still mild, you can still try the fluids, you can just treat your symptoms. But if it does get severe, you can go to the hospital or to a doctor.
Okay.
So then the doctor will take it further from there.
Awesome. You've mentioned food prep. So just quickly, for those who are cooking at home and those who buy vegetables and meat from supermarkets and want to make sure that they are just making sure that prevention before they actually have to start curing, how do I prevent getting listeriosis?
Okay, basically with listeriosis, since it can be found in some meat products, so just make sure that when you cook your meat, you cook it properly. So
Well
rather
done.
overcook it rather than have it undercooked. And if you do buy perishables, which are your fruits and your vegetables, make sure that they're washed properly. So your vegetables, before you cook them, you wash them properly.
Even if they come in a washed packet?
Yes, you wash them again. And also with your fruits, before you eat them, you wash them again.
Cool. Thank you very, very much, Doctor. Insightful. Make sure I look after my food as well. So, guys, make sure that you please keep hygienic and make sure you cook your food properly. So, after the break, we're going to show you how to do that in the kitchen. And today, we're making a healthy trip to Mexico with burrito bowls. Plus, we take a look back at the highlights from the 2018 Met this past weekend in Cape Town. So, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC3. Now, burritos, one of your favorite portable Mexican meals. They can be personalized to suit your all tastes, and today we take the burrito out of its comfort zone, and Clem is preparing us not only healthy, but great alternatives to the traditional wrapped burrito. It's a chicken burrito bowl, because I know how much you missed us after the cricket, right? More bowling.
So I'm going to kind of put everything together for you, but I want you to build your own bowl.
Cool.
How are you feeling?
I like that kind of idea. If you're at home, obviously, at the moment, do you want to interact with us on the socials, please make sure you find us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and just use the hashtag Afternoon Express. If you could make up a bowl of your own, what kind of bowl would you like to create? There's a whole bunch of other questions to interact with there. So, and also, by the way, hey Clem, do you mind if I give everyone our telephone number in case they ask questions?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask if you can give them my cell phone number.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, wouldn't that be a fun show for a Monday? 021-430-9881 is the number for our studio. You can give us a call, ask any questions throughout the show, and give us your 2 cents. We love hearing from you.
Absolutely, cool. So what I've got in this little bag is a free-range chicken breast, and these are really great because I feel, especially if you're portioning out your meals for the week, which you're doing right now, right? You're very physical right now, so
yeah, but I'm actually very bad at portioning. It's something actually I've given up on doing. I'm just too bad at planning. I can't.
Cool. So I didn't get you a birthday gift. Can I get you a little bag, a little set of these? Done. Cool. So then what I've done is I've got a little dressing made out of coriander, honey, a little bit of vinegar in there, garlic, salt and pepper. That's going to go in there. And the chicken is going to marinate, and you can actually freeze it with this marinade in here.
Delicious.
Done.
It's going to absorb all of those flavors, so when it's ready later on in the week, you can just pop it out of the freezer.
Cool. So while I'm going to massage this, you can have a look at some of the ingredients in front of you.
Cool.
You want to run through them?
Corn over here. There's some chopped up tomatoes. We've got some, what is it, kidney beans?
That's right.
We've got some grilled zucchini. You've got some, what is this called?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower, grilled cauliflower.
It's okay, it's Monday. It's Monday, brain.
See some peppers aside if I already wanted them. There's a nice, it looks like brown rice. Delicious.
Okay, cool. So brown rice is low GI. It keeps you fuller for longer and is super high in fiber, which is great. You want that, right?
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
You also want something that's sustainable. Don't you hate it when you have like one of those salads, you just feel hungry after an hour, you kind of put all this healthy little ingredients in and then an hour later you're starving again. So putting in the brown rice is a nice way to keep that energy levels going for you and feel full, you know?
Cool. Let's talk about it. So what we're doing is we're going to grill the chicken, and as we heard, we're going to cook it really well. But then again, who has medium rare chicken?
Exactly.
Let's talk to that guy.
That's a bad idea regardless of listeriosis. You know? Don't ever eat raw chicken.
No.
Hey, listen, while we're talking about the chicken, if you want the details for your own bowls and to be able to play and learn how we've made our own, you SMS the keyword chicken to 33650. It'll cost you R1.50 and those free SMSs won't apply. All the details will come on your mobile device, so don't worry about writing down the details.
Cool. You ready?
I'm ready.
I've added your brown rice to the bowl because that's kind of like given.
Cool.
I've got some chicken and peppers on the side for you.
Cool. I'll throw some of those in. I want some fresh ingredients in here. I like my bowls to have a lot of mixture between fresh and cooked.
So studies have shown that people feel more satisfied after eating out of a bowl.
Really?
I can kind of believe that, right?
So why they created all these things. That's why there's like poke bowls and breakfast bowls and...
So kind of like trick your family into eating all their vegetables by just adding bowls to the end of it, okay? So some corn going in.
Cool, so a little bit of colour. I'm also going to throw in some of these zucchinis because I really like grilled zucchini. It's my favourite thing, in fact.
Is there anything that you don't like here that I can maybe substitute for you?
Not too big of a fan of cauliflower, to be honest.
And broccoli?
Oh, I can do broccoli.
So obviously, and you're using whatever's in your fridge, so... I mean, that's what's so great about this recipe.
So I'll use some
and instead of chicken, you can use beef and fish. It is meat-free Monday, so you could even like take out the meat and try tofu. You like tofu?
I do like tofu.
Go for it.
I know it's good for you. The only thing that I wanted to ask was it doesn't look it looks quite dry.
Oh my word.
Like, could you have like a sauce or liquid?
Got you done. Look at this. Got your glass of water, just joking. No. Look what I got for you. There's a little bit of a yogurt dressing, and it's got a bit of some chipotle in there, some more Mexican flavors.
Can I taste it?
That can go in. Taste it first, and then add it to your bowl.
Oh, that's dynamic.
Okay, cool. Dynamic.
Yeah. Oh. It's got a little bit of spice in there as well. It's got the sweetness from, is it a mayo in here or a yogurt?
It is yogurt.
It's got that sweetness from the yogurt as well and that tartness too. So that'll then add all the flavour to the end there.
And a little bit of that good fat.
A little bit of the good fat. You've got all your different vegetables all mixed into one bowl. It's healthy. You can portion it. You can prepare it well in advance and obviously make your very own Mexican bowl. Delicious. Remember that keyword is chicken. SMS it to 33650 at a cost of R1.50 and your free SMSs don't apply. Listen, if you had a really big weekend and need some time, need a really good meal, this is a good substitute. And speaking of good weekends, obviously Jeannie and Bonnie on the couch.
Oh yeah, and this was quite a weekend because this past weekend, Cape Town played host to one of the biggest events on South Africa's social calendar, the 2018 Met. And this year the organisers upped the ante and invited the world's fastest man, Usain Bolt, as brand ambassador. This afternoon we are joined by the brand manager for GH Mum to get the lowdown on what went down. Etienne, welcome to Afternoon Express.
Hi, Jeannie. Great to be here.
Wow.
This was the first year in 15 years that I didn't make the Met. I'm so disappointed.
We really missed you there.
You know why I really wanted to go?
I had your share of the champagne.
She flew the flag. But you know why I didn't regret not going? Because I would have embarrassed myself. Because Usain Bolt can outrun a cheetah. But I don't know if he would have been able to outrun this cougar if I was with him.
Why was Usain Bolt the perfect ambassador for this event this year?
You know, Usain Bolt is our global brand ambassador for GH Mum now, and he really embodies our values. He is the top athlete. He's also a fantastic guy. He's a party animal. I can tell you that. And thank you for softening the landing after I come down from this cloud I've been on this whole weekend. It's been fantastic. We've been out every night. He's been enjoying Cape Town. First time in South Africa for him.
Is he still in Cape Town?
He's in Johannesburg at the moment, and he's going back. He's leaving the country, I think, tomorrow.
Well, thank you for inviting me for dinner with him. I appreciate it.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. So typically, how many bottles of champagne get consumed at an event like this one?
Well, I'm waiting for the final numbers, but last year was our first year of sponsorship, and we went through about 3,000 bottles last year.
Wow.
This year, I'm expecting between 5,000 and 6,000 bottles. We just got the numbers today in terms of number of people that attended the races on Saturday, And it was a very fantastic surprise that over 25,000 people showed up at Kenilworth Racecourse on Saturday.
Is it true that Usain Bolt DJ'd? Because he's a DJ now, no?
He's an entertainer. Usain Bolt is really, that's why he's our chief.
We can't get her mind off Usain Bolt at this stage.
He really embodies he takes his role and his job as Chief Entertainment Officer very, very seriously, I can tell you that. So he was on decks at the marquee, at our marquee on Saturday.
Amazing.
We were at the Grand Beach yesterday for the after party. He really rocked the crowds, and he's really a showman.
Wow. I mean, that's quite a huge turnout. You guys must be really proud of yourselves.
Okay,
what are the biggest winning numbers on bets?
Yeah.
Well, Susanna, the winning horse, was quite an outsider. So anyone who bets on that horse made quite a few bucks. I know the Legal Eagle, who had just won the Queen's Plates as well, was one of the favourites, but a little bit, I think, disappointed a little bit. But a lot of people were banking on it. But those who really put some money on some outsiders that day really got a bang for their buck.
Amazing. Wow. Talk to us about the theme.
So the theme, with the Met now is Africa's richest race day. Since we took over the partnership with GH, we wanted to elevate this event onto really a global level. We went all together with our other partners to the Melbourne Cup a year ago to understand how do we build this platform into something really at a global level, and it really also comes through the fashion. And so part of the day at the races really is embodied through the fashion. So we wanted to inspire people, but let people really be inspired by local fashion, by African chic, And Africa's Richest Race, they really called on to a theme that was steeped in a local heritage in terms of fashion, and not taking our orders from other events around the world, but really embracing local fashion. So the theme this year was style ahead of the field. So it was really about being a little avant-garde, embracing Afro chic, and really people came out with their best dresses. And
Bonnie, you look amazing.
Thank you.
How were the best dressed judged?
So the best dressed were judged by some professional judges. I was asked last minute last year, and I can tell you, I was under pressure.
I love how you say professional judges.
Exactly.
They were highly professional.
This year I left it to the pros. last year I was asked to be a judge, and I think we did a good job last year. Come on, but they were dressed on obviously on their inspiration, on their dresses, on their suits, and they really came out with all of the show-stopping dresses on the day.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Well, you were nominated.
People really showed up. No, for some reason I wasn't nominated. That's how professionally.
On Espresso Breakfast Show this morning, you were actually nominated.
But people put their best fashion foot forward, and the outfits there were absolutely incredible. I think people judging had a rough time, actually.
Oh, I'm sure.
They had a hard time.
No, people really came out and showed their best selves, and really also came to celebrate, to really enjoy a great day out at the race. It was a beautiful day in Cape Town. We put on a spectacular show with Usain Bolt landing on the track with his helicopter at 4:30. That was really the epitome of the day, I think. And then the party got started, and everyone really, I think, had a great day out.
Yeah.
Etienne, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's such a pleasure to always have you here, and of course we do love your champagne.
Absolute pleasure.
Than most.
More than we should, yeah.
I'll see you very soon.
After the break, we're back with today's special guest, celeb personal trainer Queenfitnass, and she's sharing a high-intensity interval training routine that you can do in the comfort of your own home.
fruits of the forest. Creamy and fruity.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC3. And what would a Monday be after a long weekend without a delicious treat? And Clem promised to make me something for my birthday on Saturday, so he's decided to make me little cupcakes.
Tiny cupcakes.
Tiny cupcakes. Listen, nothing beats a delectable afternoon sweet like a cupcake. And today, we're infusing deliciously creamy Clover Fruits of the Forest yogurt, which is sure to make this a merry, merry treat. So Clem, how do we exactly go about making cupcakes with yogurt?
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you, like, it's super easy, okay? But these I did kind of come up with.
Anyone who bakes yogurt is like a little bit interesting in my mind.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, pay attention. Cool.
Okay.
So in here I've got some sugar and some eggs. Not a lot of sugar, okay? These are not really sweet. These are for you. I know you're training very hard this year.
I'm allowed to cheat. I'm cheating all the way. It's all about calorie intake and calorie exit. And I'm letting go of those calories.
This is a great way to get that, satisfy your sweet tooth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's very important. And still keep it slightly healthy. So sugar and eggs given like a nice little whip together.
Lovely. It's almost like making a meringue, except it's not egg whites.
Yeah, there you go. In go the eggs. Just the egg yolks, because you're keeping the white for later. Okay, cool. Once that's all incorporated.
So yolks and sugar go in there.
Yolks,
delicious.
sugar, and butter.
Yummy.
Then we're going to go with some desiccated coconut. Again,
Lovely.
The good fat. You can toast if you want some extra flavor. That's going in.
Could you put those flakes in there and then just let it like mix it up? It'll probably be too thick, too big.
No, absolutely. Go for it, yeah. Then I got some baking powder.
That's to give it that nice fluffiness, because obviously you don't want anything to be too dense, otherwise it becomes...
These are going to be dense.
Oh, that's what I like then. That's cool. It's like chewy.
It is.
Like, who likes a brownie that is just fluffy and like nothing in your mouth? You want something to be like chew on at the end there, you know?
Exactly, cool. Then we're going to go with some flour.
Cool.
You can leave the baking powder out and use self-raising flour if you want to.
Okay, cool.
Then, Dan, can you slice a lemon for me, please?
I can indeed do that for you.
I want some of the lemon juice just to kind of like elevate the flavors inside our cupcake. Then I've got some fruits of the forest going in. I like to eyeball this, just like that.
Okay,
cool.
so it's not such a fine art like all the rest of the baking is.
No, this is an easy one.
May I squeeze some lemon in there for you?
Go for it.
Cool. This is delicious. So this is going to break through all the sweetness, I guess, and just bring it a little bit of tart.
This is not a very sweet cupcake, but I'm going to reward you at the end. You'll see what I mean. You're not training hard enough there, Dan?
No, clearly.
That was a very ripe lemon.
I haven't been doing my hand exercises, you know. I haven't been doing the hand squeezes.
Show me your hand squeezes. How do they work?
So you go like this. You go into the gym, right, and you just stick your hands on, and you go like,
Okay.
like this. You just keep going.
I'm sorry.
And then you can grab, like, you grab the bar, and then you have to grab the bar, lift the bar, let go of the bar. Grab the bar, lift the bar, let go of the bar. That's a hand exercises. Good forms.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, cool. So our batter's looking amazing. It's quite a dense batter. I'm saying this again. Cool. Don't be scared and don't add more liquid to this. That's exactly what you want. Then you're going to start putting it, without messing, into these muffin tins that have been lined with coconut.
I see.
Okay?
But you've also given it a little bit something. So the coconut is also going to help remove it from the bottom, so it keeps it like it's its own non-stick.
That's true.
Lovely.
So in it goes.
Because FYI, this coconut, if you imagine baking coconut, it would release a little bit of the oil as well, so that it will remove it from the bottom.
Absolutely.
Nice idea.
So we're going to keep on filling them up. Then what's going to happen is they're going to come out the freezer looking like... You hold up a saucer.
Freezer? Do you mean the...
Sorry.
Oven?
Out of the oven.
The exact opposite of the freezer.
Of the freezer. Looking like this, right? You can eat them now, or now they can go to the freezer.
Oh, I see.
And they will stay, and they'll keep really perfectly well for a month. So if you like strays for breakfast in the morning, take these out the night before, and as you run out the house, grab one of these.
Grab one. It's a nice little treat also for lunch as well. So that's really cool to keep stock. Cape Townians as well, obviously, if you want to keep things really cold over the... If day zero does arrive, I think it's an important thing to do. Freeze a whole bunch of treats now. Keep those in your freezer and just defrost them in the heat. And then there you go.
One step I forgot, you're going to have to fold some egg whites through that batter, okay?
Okay, cool. I see. Cool. That's to give it more fluffiness as well.
Let's talk about these guys. You look how amazing they look, but I want to add a little more sweetness to it. Cool. So what I'm going to do, what I've done, I've taken some more strawberries and I've added some icy sugar and just blend it all up. Super easy now. Let me grab a spoon here. Because you've done a good job, so I'm going to reward you. Drizzle some more strawberries over this.
Oh, that looks so good.
And
it's like
you
a
are
jus.
winning.
What do you call that? A glaze.
A beautiful, beautiful glaze.
Strawberry glaze. Oh, that looks so delicious. It almost looks like those, what do you call it? It's like, what are those things you get over Christmas? It's like a...
Christmas pie? A mince pie?
Mince pie, but without the mince inside.
There we go. And that's how you win.
Lovely. Oh, that looks so delicious. Nice, sweet treats. Perfect for the afternoon. And hey, while you're drinking your cup of tea watching Afternoon Express, this is the treat for you. Now, if you'd like to make this yummy recipe yourself, you simply SMS the word Clover to 33650. You'll receive an SMS in return with all the details, links to the recipe, etc. Remember, it does cost you R1.50 and no free SMSs apply.
Clover fruits of the forest, creamy and fruity.
Made with love by Clover.
All right, my favorite part of the day. Thankfully, I've already trained this morning, but I'm going to do it again for you. Today, we are hanging out with one of South Africa's hottest personal trainers, Queenfitnass, and she's here to share a quick yet effective high-intensity interval training routine that you can do in your very own home. Now, I love high-intensity interval training because it really is very effective and it works quickly. I like instant results. I want to exercise in the morning and I want to look hot by the afternoon. So is this that exercise that's going to work for me?
Well, you have to eat well in line with the exercise.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, for people who have like dumbbells at home, they can use that. If you don't have dumbbells, you can just grab just water bottles and fill them with water.
Okay.
And do exactly what we're going to do. So
cool.
What happens
in Cape Town, you're quite fortunate. You're going to have a lot lighter weights. But for Joburg, you can use full water bottles. Okay.
So what's going to happen is we'll do compound movements, but it's 40 seconds of work. We don't want to just work your legs or just work your upper body. We want to work the whole situation.
The whole situation. Okay.
Abs nice and tight all the time. So let's start with the squat. We do it slow first to get the technique right. So you're going to keep your water on your shoulders. You sit back. The idea is to keep your elbows in line with your knees so that you know your squat is proper.
And if you at home haven't been to gym yet today, just stand up right now and get involved so that you've really got no excuse. Okay, so
feet shoulder width apart.
Yeah.
Elbows in line with your knees. You sit and you press. You sit and you press.
How many kilograms do you think this is?
Press. If it's 1.5, it's like 1.5 kilograms.
Okay, and the stronger you get, you can up the weight.
Well, if it's a dumbbell, it's easier because it's smaller.
Yeah.
With the bottles, it's going to be harder. So now we're going to do it faster.
Because now
it's getting big. So let's do it a little bit faster. Sit, press, sit, press. So you do as many as you can in that 40 seconds.
Yeah.
As many as you can. Make sure you squeeze.
So it's got to be high intensity. That's what I wanted to ask you. As you get up, you've got to go. You see people doing this at gym. So they go down there. As they go up, they go. Can you see that? So is that?
Well, you can squeeze it, but sometimes it hurts other people's backs. So people are different. You also need to. If your core is stronger, you can do that. Okay. Because some people lock their knees instead of squeezing their butts.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got an amazing core.
So let's try to do it again.
Okay, there and...
You can repeat like 3 rounds of that. Shoulder presses all the way up. Stretch your arms full on. There. Because you're working your shoulders, belly button sucked in, so back nice and straight. And there. You have 20 seconds rest.
Seriously?
So that's the first exercise.
Let us know how you're enjoying these exercises at home. Check, I've already got
Number 2. Okay. Go to the lunges. Also my biggest favorite.
Yeah.
For the butt. You said you wanted that.
Oh yeah.
Let's do that. So what you're going to do is you lunge with the punches. Remember, upper body we do not neglect.
Okay.
You lunge, 1, 2. Back down. Lunge, 1, 2. Now we're going to alternate our legs.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's do it. 40 seconds. 1, 2.
So you make sure technique is still correct, even if you're doing it fast. You keep that technique. Breathe.
Oh,
Lucky, you're almost there.
Okay, no, go. Carry on. I'm timing you.
I should be the one timing you. That's what we call sweat at the gym. Usually a lot of people do that.
The weight was too heavy. I needed to make it a little bit lighter.
20 seconds of rest.
Okay, next one.
Okay, next one, it's jumping jacks. Love.
With the bottles?
High knees and jumping jacks.
Okay. We'll see when you get invited onto the show again.
So we do one. Thanks for inviting me though. High knees and jumping jacks.
Okay.
We do 1, 2. So we do 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
This is amazing, and you at home can let us know as well, because the fact of the matter is that we haven't been training for that long, and I'm already finished, and I'm actually quite fit. So let us know how you're doing at home, and if you're enjoying this workout as well, because it's very intense, which means it works. The harder it is, the more it works. Okay, so what is that again? 1, 2,
jumping jacks.
1, 2.
1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now that's what we call coordination. So you can repeat that as long as you can. So you can do 3 rounds of the first exercise.
Okay.
20 seconds of rest, 40 seconds of work. As many times as you can. Do the second exercise. Remember, you're already working your full body.
Okay.
It's not just like you're working your legs, only your arms, your core is engaged.
Okay.
So do as many rounds. If you have 20 seconds, if you have 20 minutes, repeat the round until 20 minutes.
Okay.
If you have
so once
30
you've done the
minutes,
length of all of these ones, we start from the beginning.
just start from the beginning.
Okay.
You can just like play around with a lot of exercises. Well, you can just lunge and do bicep curls, depending on what's your main muscle group.
How many of each should you do in one set?
As many as you can. Remember, you have 20
so it's
seconds.
just for that 20, okay.
Just
so
in the
20 seconds as many as you can.
So to actually challenge yourself, you say, today I'm going to do, in 20 seconds, I'm going to do 10 reps because I'm really, really focusing on the technique.
Yeah.
Once you pin the technique and you know for a fact you're not going to miss that, then you can do it as fast as you can.
Okay, great.
You know, you've got to prevent injuries.
But you've got to start off slower then.
Slowly.
Just to get the technique right so that you don't hurt yourself.
The very important part is the basics, which is the technique.
Yeah.
Once you get that right, you also know technique also helps with developing the muscles properly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, you are fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show. You're absolutely fantastic. And you've actually inspired me. I'm going to gym after the show. Now, while I take a moment to catch my breath, we're going to take a short break and we will see you after this. Okay, it's lunch.
Okay, lunge and press it.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, we've just had one of the most amazing high-intensity sessions. The two of you. Two of you should have joined.
I saw that. Apparently, you still had 2 minutes that you could have gone on for, but you were already tired there, so...
Yeah.
Hey?
Guys, you can't train 3 times a day. Come on, I'm really fit AF. And now look at this amazing presentation. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was lots of fun to make, actually. And nice things are different, because, I mean, everyone is always wondering what food is trending, and obviously bowls. Everyone's looking at poke bowls, this bowl, breakfast bowl.
Yeah.
We decided to make our own Mexican burrito bowl. That's what those are. You can kind of play around, add your own healthy bits and bobs in there. I made that one. Thanks. And then these are little treats as well over here, which have got actually yogurt in them. Have you ever made like little cupcakes made out of yogurt?
Wow.
Interesting. Those are decadent.
I love this whole bowl idea. It's such an easy, quick meal to make after work because you just assemble all your favorite ingredients and you don't have to cook it. It can actually be raw.
Sometimes if you have somebody who has no idea about food, the stuff that comes out of those bowls, you're like, oh, no.
How many bowls are you eating at whose houses?
Exactly, that's the problem. Listen, speaking about all of this healthy eating that we've got on the show today, obviously I would love your input on this. A lot of people are asking everyone to share their ideas about dieting. Have they ever tried dieting and share their experiences with us? I think it's rude.
tried every diet on the planet.
It's rude of us to post a photo of you on our Facebook page with your six-pack out there, like asking people about their dieting options. But I think I got some of the comments that I wanted your input on. Alina Maholo says, yes, I did and I lost weight, but I gained it again double after that. But now I'm leaving clean, organic lifestyle. Banting, I lost 22.9 kilograms in 10 months. Okay, so banting is the one part of it. But the thing I wanted to ask you about, a lot of people go on diets and then come back putting the weight on because they get all those endorphins, they get excited and realize, I've done enough now, I can chill, right?
Most of the time is, obviously when you change the routine, your body reacts to that, it's going to change. But the problem is if like I said, it's all about consistency and sustainability. If you need to be able to sustain
Over long periods.
for a longer period. If it's something that you're forced to eat at this time and this and this and this, after 6 months you decide, okay, I'm going to change this whole thing. I'm tired of eating this at this time, and then your body will react again. But now you find that you're not even aware. Chances are you're not as active as you were when you were dieting. Now you're eating more than you were eating when you were actually exercising.
True.
So now the body just doesn't know what to do with this all energy that's coming into this body. It just stores it because there's nothing else.
And it stores it as fat.
After trying every single diet on the planet, I've realized my favorite diet is the same one that Etienne is on.
I was going to say, I wish I was as diligent as I'm on a champagne and dancing diet.
It works. You look fabulous.
And the bubbles make you lose weight. It loosens all the stuff in your belly, right? The bubble just like kind of loosens all of the linings. Eh?
Funny, I've never been on a diet.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never been on a diet my entire life.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging. I'm not even disciplined enough to go on a diet, so I'd rather just exercise.
Same WhatsApp group, I tried.
Yeah.
I tried like sticking to a diet, it didn't work, and I realized that, you know, Max, you just need to go for healthier options. That's all you need to do. You need to know what's good for you and what's not good for you.
And everybody's different,
Everybody's different, because with the diet, it's like now I need to be on time and do all of this, and schedule is different. Your stress levels are different, your sleeping patterns are different, your activity levels are different.
Your thyroid is different, we get it, girl, we get it.
Thank you so much for being on the show today and making us fit, and thank you so much for being on the show and making us fabulous. Now, tomorrow is our Tasty Tuesday Cook Along, and our special guest is social media sensation turned actress Farida Mitzeleng. So head over to Afternoon Express to find the recipe, afternoonexpress.co.za for the recipe and shopping list. And yes, cook your dinner with us tomorrow evening live on air.
Yeah, champagne after the show, everybody! Yeah.
I hope you bought a few bottles.
Well, I didn't know it was your birthday. I would have brought a whole case.
Oh, fantastic. Let's have a birthday next week again, all right? We'll delay to next week.
Good night and happy eating. Mwah.
Bye.
Ciao. Cheers.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.